My golden child brother shattered my jaw. My parents said I was ruining his future. I grew up knowing my older brother, Julian, was the dynasty heir. I was the tax deduction born 2 years late. My parents never admitted the hierarchy, but they funded it. Summer trips to Milan were just the three of them. I got dumped at Uncle Arthur's ranch. He and Aunt May actually looked at me like I mattered. Julian didn't just bask in the favoritism. He weaponized it. If I perfected a recipe, he'd accidentally knock it down. If I won an award, he'd fake a migraine to ruin the night. My parents shielded him like an automatic reflex. I learned fast that keeping the peace meant letting Julian step on my neck. By senior year, he started whispering poison to my parents. Claimed I was dealing in stealing. My mom cornered me and snapped, "Are you running a cartel?" Bile rose in my throat. "Why are you treating me like a convict?" I shoved my bank statements into her hands. When she confronted Julian, he didn't apologize. He sneered. Then, he lost it. He stepped close, eyes dead and cold. His heavy steel thermos swung in a vicious, practiced arc searing agony exploded across my jaw. I tasted copper and crashed to the tile. My mother rushed in and screamed my name, like my bleeding on her floor was an insult. Then my parents hovered over me, whispering, "Don't call the cops." At urgent care, I gave the doctor the ugly truth. An assault warrant was issued. My parents looked at me like I was a stranger. "You're destroying his future," my dad hissed. Julian never showed guilt. He just smirked. Uncle Arthur heard the news, drove his truck to the clinic, and growled, "Get your things." I finished high school at the ranch. At my culinary graduation, my parents skipped it for Julian's fraternity tailgate. Arthur and May cheered loud enough to drown out the brass band. The kitchen was my escape. I earned a fellowship and carved out a name that had nothing to do with my bloodline. That's where I met my fiancée, Chloe. She brought peace to my chaotic ambition. Her father shook my hand once and said, "We're proud of you." I almost broke down. When I proposed during service, she said yes instantly. I announced my restaurant's opening, and suddenly my parents remembered my email. They played proud investors. Then my mom forced the issue. "We'll be cutting the ribbon with you, right?" Like it was a royal mandate. I agreed because a pathetic part of me craved a normal family. Menu planning shattered that delusion. My mom saw the VIP guest list and demanded, "Where is Julian's table?" I gripped the expo line. He shattered my jaw and never paid the bill. "He's banned from the property." My mom scoffed. That was ancient history. My dad warned, "The investors will notice." I stared him down. "Let them." That's when the real bombshell dropped. 6 days before the opening, my mother called. Her tone was ice. "We are pulling our RSVP," she dictated. "We won't be standing up for the photos." I asked why, gripping the phone until my knuckles burned. She didn't hesitate. "Julian is hosting a yacht mixer for his new firm that same night. We're supporting his launch." I didn't argue. I just whispered, "Fine." Then I hung up and sank to the floor until Chloe knelt beside me. That night, I drove to the ranch. My hands shook. "Will you stand with me for the press?" I asked. Aunt May touched my shoulder. "Always," Arthur rumbled, his voice thick. "We wouldn't miss our boy's biggest night." My mother saw the press release and exploded. "How dare you replace your own flesh and blood," she shrieked. "We were trying to show you consequences," I said. "Consequences that dictate I always bow to him." She snapped. "We gave you life." I replied, "You gave me genetics." Arthur gave me a life. The grand opening was a triumph. Uncle Arthur's grip on the scissors was iron steady. Aunt May beamed like she'd won the lottery. My parents were absent. Julian was absent. The dining room felt infinitely larger without the heavy weight of people who only wanted me to starve. After the launch, I blocked them everywhere. Zero warnings. A month later, Julian emailed a typed apology demanding I stop making them look bad. I shredded it. "I'm not punishing them. I'm protecting my peace. And if my parents need a yacht mixer to feel like a complete family, they can sail away without me forever."